In a world of reboots, remakes, and cinematic disasters, two dudes with no clue dare to ask, what the hell were they thinking? Popcorn ready, brains off, no film school, and no mercy. This is No Clue Movie Reviews.
What's up, and welcome to the No Clue Movie Reviews. I am your host, Jay, and as always, I am joined by my co-host, the bearded bastard himself, Malcolm.
I see you.
Today, we are going to be doing something just a tad bit different. See, I had someone reach out to us on Instagram and brought up, reviewing their movie. Normally we wouldn't do this, but we both kind of watched the trailer and it looked interesting.
You are a psychotic whore!
Whoa.
So we said, what the hell? Why not? So, without further ado, we are reviewing the 2024 dark comedy / horror film, A Halloween Feast. Now, this movie is directed by Gael Branco, and it stars
I like
Lynn
the way you
Lowry.
enunciated that.
Right? You like that? I'm just taking a guess.
Oh,
Lynn
probably
Lowry,
mildly racist.
just mildly. Julia Coulter and Gael Branco himself, or Branco. This movie starts off Halloween night, so it kind of does like is that Memento that I'm thinking of, where it shows the end and then jumps back to the beginning?
Kind
of
of.
the story?
It's that classic, I bet you wonder how I got in this situation. And then 2 weeks back or however far back you need to go. Yeah, it's a good classic take. Memento's kind of timeline all over the place. Sometimes, is it backwards to forward the whole time? I can't remember. But that's a different movie.
It is what it is. Let's talk about this one. Starts off Halloween night, and you have a chick in white, and that's all we're going to call her now because that's all we know. A chick in white covered in blood walking into a street gets handed something from a dinosaur driving a car.
Sure. Yeah. I did like the chaos of what I saw in that. It's like, all right, you kind of have me right now.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I actually rather enjoyed it. But we jump back 8 months prior to that.
After we learn a new phrase, once they show, BC, AD.
Oh, yeah, BH, before Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Which was kind of cute. Yeah, it worked.
Speaking of cute, 8 months prior, you got Angela, who is the mother, so we'll either call her Angela or the mom throughout this.
Mom.
She's burning these cute little ants with a magnifying glass.
Which is kind of hilarious.
She started to spend a lot of time in the yard, and I thought maybe she got into some gardening.
All I can think is she's not focusing. A woman's doing it wrong again. You got to focus the light more to pinpoint. They're never going to cook that way. Oh,
just ruined it. You be better about your ant cooking.
But I guess in reality, they were trying not to hurt ants. So I kind of get it, but it's still got to be pretty hot. It's like, whoa.
They're ants. Who gives a fuck?
I don't know. It's something about film. You don't want to hurt animals literally on film.
Yeah. Anyways, what about the goldfish that she put in the blender? I guess we don't actually see it get blended, but
Well, we're always told fish don't feel.
Ants are going to feel less than a fish. Get their
Watch them feel. What if they felt so much more?
No. What was she cutting up? And also the son's snake. This is all back to back. Her craziness.
Yeah, just killing pets.
Was she cutting the snake up, or was she burying it alive?
I think she was stomping it with like high heels.
Hey, have you guys seen my pet snake?
Wait, no. I feel like she's using the tip of a shovel. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't know if she was just burying the thing or if she was cutting it up, whatever.
Well, the rule of three, so she's just killing everyone's pet. Maybe that was the sister's pet. And for me, that is the only name Karen's getting.
Is it the sister or the daughter? One of the two?
I'm sticking with sister, just due to the conflict of being a sister in this movie.
Well, she's also the narrator, so if you want to refer to her as that, go right ahead. But during the narration of this movie, where she's talking about her mother, and you just heard where she's saying that she thought she got into gardening or something. Well, she goes on to say, talk about what makes her mother crazy. Is it this? Is it that? Is it this? And in the end, she realizes, no, She's just fucking crazy.
But I did think it was a little smart when they said, was it like genetics?
Yeah, it's genetics, upbringing. There was multiple things said.
But that almost kind of hints towards the end, but you only notice that in a second take because they don't bring it back up again necessarily, but the way it just ends, like, oh, maybe that was supposed to be connected.
Yeah, we'll talk about the way it ends when we get there, because I had a little, I don't know if I'll call it an issue, but I have questions, but we'll get there. We'll get there. That was 8 months prior, so then we get 2 months BH, which is, like we said a minute ago, before Halloween. The family's having dinner, and Karen accuses the dad of smoking again, right?
Well, that's yeah. Yes, it was. Yes, dude, mom doesn't like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
So Stuart, the son, gets up and he leaves dinner for whatever reason. He just seemed pissed off. And Angela, the mom, realizes he does smell of weed. And this is when you find out she is fucking crazy. She just straight up cuts off a finger of his.
After insulting the food she made, I always find that's weird in my house. Not for me personally in my house, but it's like, oh, meatloaf again. Meatloaf is great. I don't know what everyone's problem with. There's such a trope with meatloaf.
I'm sorry. I'm not like that with anything. You can make me hot dogs 12 days in a row, and I'm going to be like, hey, thanks, babe, for making dinner.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't give a shit. If you're doing it, thank you.
So when it comes to his finger getting cut off, you know what? Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Love the music, by the way. Really enjoyed the music.
And I love that they didn't just go for, it's so easy to go for CG splatter, just a quick, and it's not even really CG. It's like a 2D little green screen that you just plop in on top of the movie. They were actually doing real blood, probably just little syringes, squirting them in each other's face and making it fly. But I did like there was practical blood in this movie. I'll give that credit. So many low budget movies skip out on practical blood.
Could they not have done practical fire? I'll bring it up later, but yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I saw that one coming. It's like they're not gonna. That'd be kind of hard to control with your actors so close.
Yeah, it's a fire. All right, we'll get there. We'll get there.
It's not Birdemic level. It's fine. It's the stock. It's the stock fire that came with the
Malcolm. We had better footage on our Beowulf film that we made back in high school.
It was fine. At least the grill hit it good enough.
It was so bad. But all right. We'll get there. We'll get there. God damn it. Okay. So
10 minutes on fire.
After she cuts his finger off, that music kicks in. Like I said, love the music. And then we get I think that's where the credits roll, but you get 25 days BH at this point. And Angela is getting a psych eval, trying to get released from a mental hospital. Says the guy told her the husband dropped the charges, for cutting his finger off. No, fuck that. I'm not doing that.
I think cops get involved no matter what when there's bodily harm. I think there's a fine line between, no, I won't press charges. Like, this is clear abuse.
Yeah, that it's a little bit out there.
But it's interesting, the wording on...
Of course, because of what happened, the finger incident, he wants you to be monitored by a professional before you can be released.
The finger incident. It's like out of context. Like, what finger? Where'd it go?
Finger incident. Like it was some kind of accident, like, oh yeah, you remember that thing that happened with the finger? Yeah, she cut a finger off. Fucking, she needs to stay in there. But they clearly imply here that, like, during this little interview that they're doing, that she like seduces him. And I mean, obviously it gets proven later, but she starts to seduce him, and that's clearly what got her out.
When it flashed away, I thought he was attacked until I saw him again. Then I was just confused.
Yeah, no, she went licking the lips, man.
Yeah, but then licking the lips like she's about to hurt someone again. I didn't see that coming. And let's face it, she is like, I guess she's a famous schlock film final girl in a bunch of movies over the years.
Well,
but her face doesn't express too much these days.
If you watch this twice, which I don't know if you did or not,
I did.
You would catch that. I think, I could be wrong, but I think everybody she kills in this movie, before she does, she says, "I see you." So you shouldn't.
That is a line, right? There's another intro. Okay, I just like it when they throw things in there. When she's mentioning when she used to dance and ballerina, she's definitely talking about like the play Black Swan, I think, or The Swan, one of those little ballerina stories where she's
of the pelicans that fly with the nutcracker on a cloudy Tuesday at dawn. I was the antagonist.
She just says she's the bad guy, just right there. That's the whole movie. It's like, I'm the antagonist. Like, all right, yeah, literally.
This, like I said, this scene ends with her like licking her lips at it and it going black. And then we jump ahead again. This time it goes from 25 days to 4 days BH. And this day kicks off with a birthday party. And that's where we see the dinosaur from the first scene, and he's entertaining some youngins. Well,
yeah, but he breaks a rule. The first rule of Boney is you do not take the helmet off during a party.
What's the second rule of Boney?
For wonderful.
You do not take the helmet off at a party.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, so you got Dinosaur Dude, Boney, Dinosaur Dude, Mark, whatever you want to call him. Oh, hi, Mark. You go from there, and then you get the daughter or the sister is walking and talking on the phone with her friend and saying something about she hasn't been home because she's spending a lot of time dealing with her dad. And then the Dinosaur Dude almost hits her with his car. Now, I once again, I wish she would have got hit walking out in the street on your phone. And then, I mean, I'm glad she didn't turn around and get mad at the driver, because I hate when I see people do that, get pissed off at somebody driving because they're an idiot.
I'm walking here.
Yeah, one of those things. I'm walking here. We jump to an apartment building at this point because we have no idea who the fuck this person is. This guy, that apartment is the therapist girlfriend's or the psychiatrist, or what is he? Same thing? Psychiatrist, therapist?
Yeah, brain doctor, mind doctor. I don't know.
I have
not a
no
very
clue.
good one, not a very ethical one.
Well, he's definitely thinking with his head, but the wrong one. But he shows up at this apartment, and the girlfriend won't let him in, and it's because like she seems jealous of the mom for some reason.
Oh, because
like,
she wasn't really aware. He's just late again.
But he's always late when he's with her. Yeah. And so she seems jealous about something. Yeah, she mentions that girl in this. So yeah, she's clearly talking about him with the mom. And after she didn't let him in, kicks him out, calls, I believe, who is her sister, saying that they need to do something and it has to be soon because the wedding is soon. Why can't she not just break off the wedding? The
sister's line is way too just like establishing who I am, because no one talks to each other like
I'll
this.
finish at the bar at 8 and head straight to you. It's a very concerned sister and bridesmaid.
And bridesmaid.
Yeah, that's random.
Yeah. See, the girlfriend clearly is British, so I guess it felt like the sister was trying to do British so that way they'd seem related.
So you don't think that the sister was British?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'll finish at the bar at 8 and head straight to you. It's a very concerned sister and bridesmaid.
I'm not getting it.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Well, we jump again to 3 days BH.
Boy, the story's getting fast.
It does. It's just going and going and going. We skipped 20 days somewhere. Angela is home now, and obviously the husband's nervous of the idea of her coming home, and I don't fucking blame him. I mean, last time he saw her, cut his finger off. But she says something under her breath, and he tries to get her to repeat it, and she won't. But it's funny because she literally calls him a ballless pussy as he's walking away. And at this point, I'm looking at the guy like saying, okay, he's going to see that she's still not ready. And I'm like, nope, he's completely like, he's doing this just to get his dick wet. He's keeping her out of the mental institution to get his dick wet, the Dr. Park.
I guess that's the agreement. I'll get your dick wet if I get to go home. I guess so. That would be the best bargaining chip. So yeah, that just check out. It'd been nice if we kind of got some dialogue like that.
No offense to Angela, but why? Over what the British chick we just saw, Rose.
Sure, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, he can get the milk for free at home, but instead he's going for the cottage cheese. But
but
they call her mom, but the actress is like 78.
No, it doesn't look 78. God damn.
Well, it's because her face can't move anymore. It's L.A.
Well, let's jump to the scene that I was talking about earlier with the fire. So they're out back and they're trying to get a fire started, and the son is over there trying to do something, and he calls the dad over
Stewart
there.
is pretty fucking useless. You know, someone needs to monitor him.
What's mom doing back here?
Yeah,
Why
Mom
would
is
you
coming
ask?
back
What's
home.
mom doing here?
Why is he wearing a
Like,
sweater?
for good?
It's clearly summer. Look at that fire. Are you kidding me?
It was fine. I'm cute. It even had a nice little. I've
Look
seen
how high
worse
the
fire.
smoke had already gone up at that point too.
Yeah, but at least there's not fringe from the obvious green screen or something.
It's not good.
Technically, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. There's no reflection on their body, so you know it's not real. That's what makes it look the fakest. Is the fact
I can
that,
see the outline of his body through the fire. It's funny, but
yeah.
So I'm sorry, dude. That scene was pretty bad. I think they
I
should.
edit videos. I found it charming. It's what I would have done.
I'll give you that. But once again, it's clearly summer. He's a rather large man. Why is he wearing a sweater?
Well, it could be October. It is LA. It's sunny.
Yeah, okay.
And in LA, once it gets to like 75, you probably want to put a sweater on because that feels cold to you.
But my point is, though, with this fire, though, you could have literally just thrown a bunch. Like, you could have caused the fire to actually show up. I'm just saying. There's a scene here where Angela's prepping chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
This part actually cracked me up. I guess she couldn't find something to cut it up, so she just.
Well, yeah, because they took the knives away from
Yeah.
her. Because what happened? It's just a bunch of plastic spoons and forks. Everything's plastic.
I think I'd rather her have the knife than the meat tenderizer, though. Can you imagine
I
her
guess they
beating you
didn't.
over the head?
They slipped on that. They didn't think about the meat tenderizer.
But she destroys
She
that
has
fucking
fun.
chicken.
She has fun. All right. I accepted. It's like, okay, we're in schlock territory and we're having fun. Okay.
I love that she does bring up the busted up chicken out to him, bones poking out everywhere. I mean, it literally looked like the chicken that just got beat to death. So yeah, that was pretty fun. Everybody's kind of like sitting there staring at it. She's suggesting that the husband takes her back to Rio. And then you get this grandma. This fucking I couldn't get on board with the grandma. I thought it was a little much.
Exact opposite. I loved grandma or great grandma. A fun note, she's like a famous poet and author, and she's friends with the director. They were like very close, like near family. Okay. And the movie's dedicated to her. You could tell like they would have to do like small little bits. You go get her out of the home. She can handle about 30 minutes at a time. You know, it's like, okay, she has no acting credits. This was it. This is just like, I just want to do something for my long-term, I call you grandson.
That's awesome. You know? I mean, it's a good thing. I just couldn't get on board with the, like, all right, so here in this scene, yeah.
That's cute. That's
did she actually have a tongue on her, or a fly on her tongue when she pulled it back in? Because there was a dark spot there. No?
Okay, there's a little dot to the side.
Nice, okay.
Nice, not bad. That's a nice little particle effect to do there. Pink. Okay, see? That makes up for the fire. That looks pretty good.
So that's a lot better.
We're just asking for a dot, but sometimes little is more.
But yeah, I love that the mom after this just like stares at the grandma like she's the fucking weird one though.
Right.
The mother's definitely got problems.
What side of the family is she on? It took they finally do address it, but it was like all right, whose grandma? Whose mom is this?
Oh yeah, it's kind of like the Addams family. You never knew who the grandma belonged to. I still don't even know, to be honest. But after this scene, you got Karen goes to work, and I guess she works at this bar, and she sees Dr. Park at this bar. And
right, why is Dr. Park hanging out at this bar where sister works, and also
his drug dealer,
drug dealer / sister's boss, and also, which you can't hardly tell because the lighting doesn't, it is the doctor's girlfriend's sister works at the bar.
I didn't catch that. No,
you make the connection. It's somewhere in there. It's shown. I'm right on that one. Everyone's way too connected, and this doctor is way too close to this family.
I'll refrain from saying a certain word. We'll just say a little guy shows up here to talk to Dr. Park, which you come to find out is
I just
her
started
boss.
calling him not Brad Williams.
He's like in between of Brad Williams and Wee Man. He's somewhere in there.
just like, half-inch difference. Yeah.
But yeah, he shows up and he sells. At first, I didn't see what it was. He sold Dr. Park. I just put something. I came back and corrected my notes, but he sells him some coke.
Yeah, in the bar, not behind the bar.
Nope.
Not just right there in the bar. Big package. Here's a check.
But Cujo, yeah, it gives him a check. That's what do you write on there on the the line at the bottom there? Are you saying for coke, for drugs, for paying a bar tab? What, like, I mean, are you just paying a bar tab? I mean, I guess you can get away with that. You're in a bar.
Just for fun, I would write contract labor. Cash is too obvious. FBI is picking up on that. That's got to be contract labor.
So this must be a pretty small town that they're in. You said they're where?
It's L.A. The license plates are all California, and just the look of it, I'm calling it L.A.
For being such a large place, it's kind of a small town when you look at it. Everybody's at the same bar. She runs into Mark at this bar as well.
Hi, Mark. But then we find out why later. But
yeah, I know. But
and the second look, you can tell that Mark's staring at her the whole time in the background, just standing there, just watching her. And then he just approaches her when she starts walking away from that first conversation.
Okay. So basically, he does approach her, and he starts kind of hitting on her, and introduces himself as the guy that almost ran her over. Yeah, he just does your basic drunk guy hitting on a chick at a bar there for a little bit.
Yeah, because your normal moves on a chick is to wait until she starts getting drunk and telling her about nihilism and Nietzsche. It's like, yeah, maybe that is how it works in LA, where things are really weird.
Maybe, I don't know, man. We're from Oklahoma. Like our shit here seems weird to them, I'm sure.
I mean, it's so weird. I don't even know how to pronounce Nietzsche correctly.
We jump from there, and this is where it jumps around a lot for not going a day ahead. But it jumps back to we have Rose in a car, and which is Dr. Park's girlfriend, is talking to somebody and says if she's not out in 20 minutes, go get help. And then we jump back to the bar where Karen, the sister, is drunk and telling her whole life story to this guy she just met. And the only thing Mark will tell her is that he does children's shows for a living.
So nice to be with someone who's normal.
That was kind of fun.
But yeah, right before that, you also get where you do see Rose walking through the office. And I guess at some point, the doctor went back to his office because she sees the doctor with Angela. So how are these two events going on at the same time if he's there? Or did he just buy coke and leave really fast?
It has to be the latter, because it has to be. I don't know. But we don't know how long they were talking, because it has to be long enough for her to get puke drunk.
Okay, so we're assuming maybe a couple hours have passed.
Yeah, we're going to say, her drinking is a sense of time, so it's been a couple hours.
Okay. Well, like I said, Rose sees Dr. Park tied up by the mom, and the mom's like whipping him, dominatrix shit. We get 2 days, BH, and Karen, the sister, wakes up in a strange bed, which, we've all done that. She goes to step out of the bed and steps onto Mark. And this is, she thought this was like a sweet thing for him to do. This would have been my first red flag. This dude bought her toothpaste, a toothbrush, tampons just in case, all this stuff. It seemed kind of weird, almost stalker-ish, psycho. I don't know.
I mean, especially as we find out that he theoretically has been stalking her.
Well, yeah, but still, like, shouldn't she have caught on at this point, though?
You're trying to give depth to the character of sister, and I refuse to.
Okay, all right. Well, she does have the concern that everybody, like, that you would have in that situation, waking up in a random house. Like, obviously, he tells her no, they didn't do anything. She's happy. She goes and brushes her teeth, and then he just walks in and starts kissing her.
That was the weirdest place to make out.
Well, yeah, right after and he didn't brush his teeth. He just got up off the ground too, so she's got freshly brushed teeth, and he's got morning breath. But
now I accept that they had to have him laying on the floor to do the gag of her stepping on him to reveal him. But he said, I was going to sleep in the other room, but I was afraid you were going to choke on your own vomit. Well, guess where the worst place to sleep next to someone who might puke is? Right underneath them. Gravity exists.
Either underneath them or next to them, one of the two.
Yeah, either way. It's like, I think I would have spit in the other room.
Yeah, I would have stayed in there.
Put her in a tub.
Yeah.
Give her a pillow, let her be in the tub.
To keep the water running all night, just so if she does throw up, the water just kind of runs it out.
It would have been funny if they went creepier. Oh, I got you this gift bag. It's got, deodorant, tampons. I've already put one in you just in case.
He's wearing like different pajamas. Like, what the fuck have I got on? But no, the kissing was really random since it wasn't a minute earlier. She didn't remember the guy, or at least didn't remember anything about being with him. We jump from there over to the doctor's office where he notices in, a gigantic, camera that holds a VHS tape. He opens it up, notices his camera or his tape is gone.
Which I have the exact same model next to me in my desk.
Are you using it to film sex tapes?
Wish I could. I can't get to turn on. One of these days I'll work on it.
He notices that's missing. And what's funny about this scene is he's got a patient on screen talking to him, and the patient's like being dead ass serious about shit going on, and he just cuts it off.
Help me, and it's been very expensive. Pay you, doctor.
Look, we got to reschedule.
I need to see some results.
He's not professional. It might be the coke. I don't know.
There's a lot that's wrong with this doctor or whatever the fuck he is. But he looks at the security footage and he sees his fiance Rose sneaking around and just happens to see her stealing the tape out of the camera. So I guess he doesn't record every time they fool around because he would have been using it, while they were in there together that time. But he has no concern going to her house and telling her, like he shows up at Rose's house to tell her about, like, I need it back. It could ruin my life. She's like, motherfucker, you just ruined my life. You were about to get married.
Yeah. It's like, you're in trouble. You've cheated. Something, but she had some interesting.
Have you heard of digital technology? What are you?
It was a smart idea for him to have it all analog.
Oh, yeah, I get it. You thought you were smart.
I mean, come on, it's like it would take me a while to go find a VCR.
I mean, I have one, but I have it because I was looking for one to get. So
right,
you're right. Like, if I didn't have one, trying to
that'd be an
one.
outlier. It's getting harder and harder to find them,
and they're not cheap. Like you would think they'd be a lot cheaper than they are.
Well, because it's probably getting harder. Yeah, it's dead technology. You're probably on a Frankenstein other parts to make them work when they keep going. Yeah. And then they throw in this crazy line that's clever and dorky at the same time.
And it's on the cloud. Do you know what that is? It's not cumulus nimbus, but it'll raise a hell of a storm.
It's corny, but I enjoyed it. I'm like, yes. This is intentional schlock, and I'm liking it. I'm down.
Well,
I was so afraid I was going to say mean things about this movie. I'm just saying some mean things. Other than that, I got a lot of fun things to say.
Well, what you missed playing there between that whole conversation is she is blackmailing him for $100,000, or the tape that she digitized is going to be on the internet.
Yes.
So, premise of his story now, he's a cokehead. He had a tape stolen.
Right.
Jump back over, and like I said, this jumps around a lot. I'm looking at my notes.
So he has a timeline to come up with money. He kind of already has one with the coke.
Yeah, he's got, a week to get money paid or something like that.
It hasn't been established yet because he's paid with the check, but
and then with her, he's got 72 hours or some shit. So he's really in desperate need for some money here. We jump back and we got Karen and Mark walking. She takes Mark to her house, and this is where we meet Susan, or as she goes by, Goth Girl. Rather enjoyed Goth Girl.
Yes, she was a fascinating, just energy.
I feel like if there was an OnlyFans that existed with her, I might watch it. Just saying. Like, it's got to be this version of her, not the actress, but this version of her.
Yeah, we need this. And
nothing against the actress. If she's got one too, sure, let me know. Apparently, they're there to do a reading, and it's going to tell if they're going to work out or not. And if they're not going to work out, then the sister's she's got a bell.
Susan's connected to the other side. She'll be able to tell if you and I are going to work out. And if not, I have to stop seeing you immediately.
Sounds fair.
You jump, like I said, you jump back and forth here. You do see the doctor again gets a call from Rose's lawyer, and he's being an ass about the video, telling him that he has the video and Dr. Park's license is in jeopardy, so he better settle. He gets off the phone upset.
This guy's license with the bar is on the line too, because I don't think that's what you can use lawyers for, is blackmail.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you can't. And I mean, if Dr. Park had any sense, he would do something about that. But you also have this issue of the little guy showing up. And I found out later his name was Cujo. Cudjo. Cujo. And he shows back up, find out Dr. Park's check bounced, which still cracks me up. His check for cocaine bounced.
Why'd he accept a check? Is this his first time selling coke?
I don't know why you would accept a check. But you got to assume a doctor's going to have money, right?
It's 2024. A check?
Yeah, I guess that's
personal check. That's crazy.
They probably found a checkbook somewhere. Like, oh, hey, we got to figure out a way to utilize this in our movie.
Endorse this check, little man.
But
it doesn't work.
Like I said, it's jumping around like crazy. So we get back at the ritual. So mid-ritual, Goth Girl gives gives Mark what she calls Karen's dad's finger.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a ghost horse in the house. There's a rocking chair that just keeps rocking, doesn't stop.
That's Ghost Horse.
Ghost Horse?
Ghost Horse has captured the soul of a Victorian-era child. He says he's happy, but he doesn't want to be taken for granted.
Yeah, that's how this whole thing ends, except for Goth Girl tells Karen to introduce her to her brother. That's this whole scene here. You don't find out anything from the ritual yet. They come back later and do a card reading.
Well, they do jump. It's like sometimes, it does make it seem like they're about to. Oh God, there is a ritual and then there's a card reading, but the ritual has no purpose.
Yeah, there's no purpose, no purpose at all in the ritual because literally she just tells them a couple things, shows the finger, and then tells them to leave.
She's just showing off her toys.
Yeah.
Do they leave, or are we just like switching to somewhere else and we come back after they've been hanging? That's hard to tell.
I'm pretty sure she tells them bye. Either way.
Oh, yes.
They do come back here in a little bit to another reading, but at this point you got Angela, and between that and now you have Angela and Dr. Park at dinner. So he tells Angela about Rose having the tape and sending it to the people, and this is where you start to get like a serial mom type vibe. Did you get that at all?
Yes, I did get that from her making squinty eyes at the waiter for spilling.
Yeah, bumped into her.
Yeah, it was almost like she was wearing white after Labor Day. I got that kind of vibe.
Yeah, so you don't see it happen, but she kills the waiter. Nobody seems concerned. They leave. Nobody not questioned by cops or anything like that. You figure if somebody's found... Did they not find the dead body anytime soon? Nobody wondered where the kids went off to?
Well, she crawled under the stall and locked it behind her.
So nobody's like, hey, Steve, you all right in there?
Yeah, I'm going to clock you out.
It's like, dude, you've been on the toilet for 6 hours of your 7-hour shift. It's not acceptable. This is bullshit. The dad, we jump to that, and you see he's very concerned with where Angela was while she was out, fucking Dr. Park, basically. God. You get grandmother introduced again. You get like
is this during the bit of a foreplay dance and all that?
So you get this like foreplay. Yeah.
This is good. Yeah, I was having fun.
I love that she talks about him, how bad he is, but she's clearly completely different sexually with him than she is with the other dude. So it's kind of on both of them for how bad their sex life is. What you said about the, or what I was saying about the fucking grandmother, they're up there and they start seeing something move around in the blankets, which is, kind of scary to begin with. And then
it has that supernatural vibe, and just grandma appears.
I am out of here. You take care of the crazy lady.
But she's your mother.
That line right there actually gave me a pretty good chuckle.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly I thought it was going to be his mother, but you see, obviously crazy runs in the family with the grandmother to her. Angela leaves, and middle of the night just leaves the house. The son is concerned that the mother's living at home again, but for whatever reason, the dad is very much on the mom's side again and yelling at the son how bad of a, like he's being horrible, he's treating his mother disrespectful, whatever.
Yeah, get a job, move out if you don't like it here.
Well, if you hate us so much, you need to move out. You may have to get another job because apartments are expensive, and I don't think delivering pizza will cut it. Good night.
And all this because he was finally about to get a little pussy.
Right, but I mean, he still had a chance. Come on, Grandma. She's a comic relief on top of so much other weird comic relief that's kind of happening.
I don't care if it's my mother, my mother-in-law, my grandmother. If they're acting like that, they're going under somebody else's supervision. Or I'm locking them in a basement and feeding them once a day with a giant tube full of Jell-O.
Call out.
You jump from that, right, what you just saw, back to the reading. And she's doing cards this time. And basically the whole point of this scene right here, flipping cards, tells them they're going to have sex. And the guy gets pretty excited. She's like, not now, which, that actually kind of caught me in the trailer. I was like, okay, that seems like this could be a funny movie to watch. So the last card, however, the goth girl freaks out, grabs all the cards real quick, says she has to go to bed, which you come to find out she sleeps in a casket. She has to have film help her get in.
Now, I understand they had to film it in this order because the only way to make sense. But when Sisters says the line, "I don't need your help," and right after she did ask literally for his help to lift the coffin up to put her in, which makes me wonder, how does Goth get out of the coffin in the morning?
Especially if
the sister has spent so much time at her family's house. Has she been getting in and out? Why does it not have hinges?
Maybe that's why Goth Girl keeps calling her. She's like, "Can you come let me out of my bed?"
It's hot in here, and why is there a window? There does seem to be a slight little window.
Go easy with the drinking. I could help you.
I don't need
I don't know if it shows it, but still, I don't need your help. Yeah, you do.
Like, he just met her,
and
they met out at a night drinking. It's still the same night, right?
Well, it is the let's see.
No, it's still the same night. It's still
met,
2 days ago.
puked, woke up.
Oh
so
no,
it's
you're
morning.
right. Next day.
So they took the long walk to the goth house. Hung out there
2 days.
Yeah,
and this guy.
It's been 24 hours.
So that's a red flag.
He
on
feels
each
a connection. He feels like he knows her more.
Well, depending on which way you are on this relationship, if you're the guy, it's a red flag to him that she drinks so much. If you're her, it should be a red flag to her that he's already criticizing her drinking because clearly she wants to drink. That should have just ended it right there.
Yeah.
But you get this. You get her freaking out. There is a scene here where we do get Angela walking around a random house, right? And
we first think is random, yes.
Yeah. Well, you find out because she looks out the back window and she does that, "I see you," and somebody screams, and like once again, why do no neighbors call the cops at any point? They're screaming.
I
see you.
Right there. She would have. I guarantee there would have been some kind of screaming there. But either way,
how'd you get overpowered by this old woman?
It's not like you're in a wheelchair or something.
Oh, nice.
This is we come to find out is Rosa's sister, which you said you would have known that by watching at this point, but she is asking her where the tape is because apparently Rose sent the tape to her sister and her lawyer. And the sister won't tell. This is a pretty interesting little scene here. I know you're not going to be able to show it because of YouTube standards, but she needs to remove the information from her head.
It's right there. It's just right there.
So Angela grabs a corkscrew and stabs it into the back of this bitch's head and starts to twist and pull and pull and twist. And it looked pretty good.
Yeah, the seam at her hair was already like split partially for the effect, but I could let it go because it just reminded me of like 80s horror.
Yeah.
80s slasher, 80s schlock.
It wasn't like dead on, but it wasn't bad. I liked it. I liked it.
And it knew when to cut away at the right point. It didn't like stick around until you started laughing at the rubber fake guts and whatnot. It would pull away.
We go ahead and jump to one day BH. And you got Stuart, the brother. Because Angela's not around at breakfast at this point, he's trying to get the family to discuss the situation. And while this is going on, Angela actually walks in and catches him, but isn't bothered. She's actually rather chipper at this point.
Yeah.
And she tells the family
she got her rocks off last night.
Oh yeah, yeah. And she's got a wonderful idea. She wants to do something special for Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is where she brings up she wants to have a big Halloween feast. And I'm sitting here thinking there's going to be a big party and some major killing going on. But, she tells them bring family, bring friends, whatever. She leaves. And then the very next scene, you get her over at Rosa's lawyer's office, which leads to the worst yet probably best scene in the movie.
I mean, knocks her down. It's just that
bitches. Her swiping at him.
Just trying to run her over. She's swinging at him. Knocked her. There's so much going on.
Well, the first thing that happens there though is the big reveal because you don't know he's in a fucking wheelchair.
Yeah, they hit it, and that was great. It's like, oh wow, we can still make fun of the fact that people ride around on wheels and make it funny.
Yeah, he rides out away from her after beating her ass with his wheelchair, which I think he could have kept going, but he rolls out of there, and his secretary's head is on the desk out there.
Very good looking severed head, I would say.
Oh my god! Oh no!
Yeah, very good effects there. Very, very good.
And you do hear a scream before she walks into the office with them, so it does set up the head being there.
Okay. Well,
it would have been great if she looked up and he was gone, and she sees his spare wheelchair, and it turns into a chase.
Kind of like Scary Movie 2 when they do the little battle at the end in the wheelchairs.
Or whichever leprechaun did it. One of the leprechauns did that.
I don't even want to talk about Leprechaun anymore.
It's one of the first threes that was still good. Okay.
I've been seeing so many Leprechaun in space reviews for some reason. It's got to have something to do with the new space launch.
Oh my God, we missed that. Yeah.
Either way, I love this. He goes out into the parking garage, which there seems to be a few cars out there. So there should have been somebody else around to hear what's going on.
It's like, do you hear a crippled guy screaming? No.
Yeah. He gets to his car, and obviously watching that scene, you saw his car keys were left on the desk when he rolled out of there. But she comes walking up with the head of the person and some other weapon in her hand, a shovel. That's right.
She has. That's almost like they're trying to make that be her iconic weapon, her go-to weapon.
Yeah. Okay, I could see that.
And the outfit, it's like a weird dress that's made out of leather.
I don't know what it is. It's weird that it looks like she's wearing a mask, but I'm pretty sure that's just her.
That's just what's left of her face after it's been pulled that tight over the years.
But this guy, he's scared to death, and she drops the shovel, and I'm like, oh, great, what are you going to do, choke him? But then she clearly beats him with the head of the secretary, which is fucking awesome. I mean, you don't get to see it. You get to see the initial swing, and it cuts away, but loved it. Great idea.
Even though all due respect, any age woman, you put me in a wheelchair, I'm still way stronger.
After this scene, she goes to Dr. Park's office, and she drops off the tapes at this point.
Yeah, it just gives an update of how many people. Wait, has she announced that I've killed anyone?
No, she has not announced that at all. She just dropped these off, and he asked how she got them, and I think she said, like, don't worry about it, or I just did, or something like that. But she leaves. They don't really have enough time to talk about it. And she's walking around another house with a fire poker. Now, this house, we see Rose come walking in, and she goes to get in the bed. And, while she's sitting there, calls Dr. Park. Well, while on the phone, you get a classic horror movie thing, but I'm sorry. There's no way Angela's pulling this off. She reaches out, grabs her ankles, and rips her under the bed like some, we'll go back to Scary Movie 2 with the clown being ripped under the bed, any way that you can tell me this was actually feasible? Because
I
yeah,
don't.
Rose
I
was a
don't.
big woman, but
No, and she's 78 years old. Now she
well,
couldn't pull her down, but I guess if you already had her laying down and not fighting, you could pull her in. And then I don't know where all the blood's going to come. I guess at the same time, if you could have rigged the fire poker to be shoved on the mattress, you could have just like impaled her sideways into it.
yeah, because you don't really see the fire poker get used. It just
No, you
I guess
just have the classic pool of blood that spreads out.
yeah, and
And
a very
assuming the
nice
body is
bleed.
under there. Yeah.
But yeah, so where did that pool of blood come from? Because it came out from the side her face would have been at, but not the side that Rose would or that Angela would have been.
I guess it was the classic
It just went everywhere.
It slid all the way through, maybe out her mouth. It would have been interesting to see. I bet they'd have been too much to make a fake head that looked good to make a poker coming out through it.
Well, they had the really good looking fake head already. I mean, I'm sure they could have done something.
Yeah,
They
but
clearly had somebody working on this knew what they were doing.
making one that looks like a living person, that's the challenge. That's why we never saw the secretary alive. We just see the severed head, so we don't have anything to compare it to.
That's a good point. Well, after this little scene, you see, like I said, you see the blood pour out, and it jumps back to Dr. Park getting, he's off the phone now, and Little Man shows back up, and I guess this is where I learned his name was Cujo, and he shows up with a gun to threaten Dr. Park. Now,
I asked the question the same time, and I call him Dr. Chuck Schumer because that's what he looks like. It's the exact same time. It's like, how does everyone keep getting in this everywhere? It's like,
how does everybody keep getting into this place?
The door was unlocked?
Oh,
because it's the sleepy town of LA where everyone leaves their doors unlocked.
well, I have to know. He's holding a gun to him. He tricks him into looking into a cabinet, and he reaches into this pencil, this pencil cup.
Yeah.
And he grabs a pen out to stab him with. Directly next to that pen was a pair of scissors. Why would you not grab the scissors? The pen, there's a chance it might, not penetrate or do what you want to do. Those scissors are going to pretty much cut wherever you hit. Just saying, missed an opportunity.
fucking empty.
Yeah, it was right before that. He grabbed the pen instead of the scissors.
Fucker.
But
interesting choice that he kind of cries as he goes down. It's an interesting yell.
I guess the idea was he was just trying to injure him and not kill him. But this guy knows where he lives, knows where he works, obviously. He's going to be back. It's kind of like the end of Stand By Me, when they scare the bully off with a gun. That bully knows where they sleep. He could sneak in and fucking shoot them in the middle of the night. He could do what he wants. It was a dumb thing. He's going to be back. You should have just ended him. Whatever. I'm just being picky. Sorry. He leaves there and heads to Rose's house with that gun. So I guess he clearly intends to go kill Rose, right? Is that what we're...
Or as I think he did say to Angela, it's like, I was just going to go over there and scare her. It's like, we're getting... What would scaring do with the gun? Because... I don't know. There's the cloud and everything still, so you still have that timeline they have to deal with. Plus, he did not need to find some money by a certain time. You had to bail on one, and I would say you bail on the coke midget.
Yeah, I think by this point, the midget's kind of got the idea. At least I would think so, which we find out later. No, he still wants to fuck around a little bit. We go ahead and we jump to Halloween Day, so no more before Halloween. No more BH. It is H. And Karen and Mark meet up to go to his place. And, while they were leaving, Dr. Park is walking up to the house to talk to Angela.
They kind of needed another take. Did you see this? He trips. Very subtle little, oops. It's like, fuck it, we're good.
No. Oh, man, if he would have just fell on his ass, that would have been even better. They just busted his face and they're like, no, just keep rolling. Keep it going.
This is good shit. I'll do a rewrite.
You start to get kind of a back and forth montage of all this going on. So you jump from that little scene, you go to Goth Girl's house where you see Stuart shows up, and obviously you find out Goth Girl's the only time that anybody's mentioned about coming to the party or going to a party is Goth Girl says, "Are you sure I'm okay to come to the party?" And then she tells him to get in the coffin. And she explains how she got the coffin, something about, or I don't know, he doesn't get in yet, but she explains how she got the coffin, something about digging up her dead grandpa.
Yeah, and then they took him away. I was like, what? Who's they? And how'd you not get in trouble for desecrating a grave?
Which, obviously, you find out at the end that her whole thing's just a gimmick and whatever, but she puts a lot of effort into that gimmick, I'm just saying. But yeah, that's her bed. She sleeps in the coffin. She explains that to him. Jump back. We're at Angela's house. Like I said, it's just back and forth here. Richard, which I guess is the husband's name. It's the first time I caught it this whole fucking movie. Walks in and tells Dr. Park about the progress she's making. Like, he thinks she's doing great because, once again, he almost got a little pussy. Angela does admit here to killing Rose, her sister, and the lawyer. And Dr. Park doesn't seem too upset. And when I say Rose admits, she admits it to Dr. Park. Richard walked off to go back to his writing and getting stoned.
Yeah. So, which, it's probably in another room, but it feels like he goes into a basement, but I'm sure it's just another room.
He's not hiding that smell. I'm just saying that. Like, with how can she can smell it on him? He's not hiding that smell. You smoke in a house, it's going to be smelled.
You smoke that shit anywhere on you. You stink. You're just gonna stink.
He doesn't, like, Dr. Park doesn't seem concerned whatsoever. All he says,
not with the murder. He's just annoyed that he's kind of entangled.
Yeah, he's and he's not even like, he basically gets forced into having sex with her in her living room as well.
He makes a great point.
He's like a damn hermit. He rarely ever comes out.
He just came out.
Oh, he kind of looks like Tom Arnold a little bit.
Yeah, Tom Arnold and Chuck Schumer had a baby and aged him.
But yeah, so she basically starts fucking him while, I guess, Richard is in a basement. Is that what you said? You think he's in a basement?
Or S&M, no penetration style, just tying him up and a little bit of torture. Wait. Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, she is like just taking her foot and kind of musheroning his balls.
He's like smashing his balls. Yeah, you'll see that here in just a little bit. But first, we get a jump over to Goth Girl and Stewart again. And this is when, she makes him get in the coffin. And she goes to unzip his pants and then fucking puts on some vampire teeth.
That was a good fun. Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah. And yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. I'm sold.
You immediately jump from this scene to Richard walking in on Angela and, like I said, stepping on Dr. Park's balls.
I stayed calm when you cut off my finger and fed it to me. I stayed calm when I pooped it out. I thoroughly cleaned it, and then I collected all the bone fragments. And
he reminds me of, I think it's Jerry or Gary or Larry.
Yeah, from the Office.
This necklace
Parks and
every
Rec.
day.
Basically,
you have never even noticed.
Oh, poor baby.
Collected all the bone fragments. Went to an Etsy store and had what? That was a lot to take in. I think you could have said, "I forgave you even after I pooped it out," but this is too far.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't Etsy stores like all online shopping? How would you go to an Etsy store?
I guess he sent it to an Etsy store, which refers to an online deal, which means there's an Etsy place that says, if you bring me a bunch of foam fragments, I'll make it into jewelry.
That seems weird. But I said he finally starts standing up to her, and it doesn't seem to be going well, especially after he calls her a psychotic whore. Saw this coming. She comes running in with a knife, screaming at the top of her lungs, stabs him in the fucking heart.
And it's really bad death, but at this point, I'm sold on everyone. Just kind of
the music.
I like the music.
Now, his death was bad. Not the worst in the movie.
Oh, that's when we switched to a triple threat fuck scene.
Yes, this is when
triple 2.5.
Yeah. This is she's on top of him pouring bleach in his mouth at this point.
Yes.
While you got Goth Girl fucking Stewart, and all of a sudden you got Karen and Mark fucking.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's out of nowhere.
Which is when you're watching it the first time, it's just like, okay, sure, that's where we're going. But once you know the big reveal at the end, you come back to it and go, whoa.
Yeah, and this is by far got to be the strangest like montage ever put together.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that I know it's not necessarily a montage, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, I guess you can call it a montage.
And then they do finish it off with back to Dr. Schumer. Oh, you think, oh, they're going at it. But no. He's just trying to get untied and she's struggling, dragging Richard into the kitchen.
Oh, that cracked me up. Well, Dr. Park does try to sneak out here. And he gets to the front door. Like, she's pulling him around, asks for help. And he says, he ain't going to help or whatever. Yeah. And he tries to run around to the front door and opens it up. And she's standing there.
Yeah, she's got Michael Myers powers.
Once again, saw it coming. Kind of enjoyed it. But she finds the gun that he took to Rose's house.
I did not think she was going to pull the trigger so quick.
No, she shot him so quick.
So quick.
Led to one of the most disturbing moments of the movie, too.
Yeah, and it's a little off, but I love their attempt to get the squirts to go with the dance. And you think, wow, that's pretty messed up. What else could they do? And, as I titled this clip, I normally blood comes out.
The music's bad. Now, when I said, the worst death was not Richard's, it was his death. After she shoots him, like, basically right in the heart, he's like, oh, you got to take me to the hospital. Please. No, really.
Hit an artery.
Yeah, like, I'm like, dude, just, it was bad. It was bad. We go from there to Halloween night. Now, Karen and Mark are back at the bar. I guess they're having, like, some kind of party there. And then you get
coitus drink, yeah.
Yeah. So you get Cujo shows up, and this is at the point I realized, oh, he runs the bar. Okay. Ooh. I thought he was just an asshole in the first scene when he was hitting on her, but yeah. He shows back up, and he tries to basically get her to work because somebody quit or because somebody didn't show up or they're understaffed.
Oh, it was Rose's sister because she's dead. She didn't make it to her shift.
Oh,
that's the connection. There, I knew I'd do it. Fuck yeah.
Didn't even catch that. Okay. Well, anyways, she quits. He starts treating her like an asshole. Mark tries to step up and gets a bottle busted over his head and then does nothing about it at that point.
He tries to do something. He goes and gets his ass kicked some more.
I know, but he waited a little bit. Like, the guy had one bottle. It was broke. He could have done something right then.
He's 3 feet tall. Take him out.
But he is pissed, and not Mark, but Cujo. Cujo's pissed that Karen is going for this Mark guy over him because he's like, you could have had King Dick or what all was you saying? He was talking to himself about like he was a big old dick or something on him.
Are you serious right now with this fucking clown? You can be with King Dick. King fucking Dick. Ah!
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's Chihuahua syndrome if I've ever heard it.
I mean, if he's got like normal size hands, like when you see the normal size hands on a smaller person, maybe it's the same way. It just looks huge on the smaller body.
That's why I call that Chihuahua syndrome.
You get Mark going and finding Cujo, and he goes to choke him, and then he gets the shit beat out of him by a couple guys, and I mean bad. But did you catch Mark's voicemail? Whenever she was trying to call Mark to find out where he went.
No.
Voicemail, it says, I'm not here right now. I may be busy with little kids.
Oh, yes. That rings a bell.
I mean, I get it. He does kids shows, but come on, that's creepy, right? That's
I like it, but it's humorous. It's there's a bunch of play on words in this movie.
He played on something.
But it's kind of weird that they have to create this conflict. Like, oh no, I think Mark left me, even though I did just watch him get attacked once. And then he said he'll be right back. Oh, he must have left me. Not like he could still be in danger. Maybe I should make an effort to look for him.
She just left. I mean, she did
called once and I'll walk home.
She slashed dude's tires on the way out. So that was kind of funny.
Oh, okay. Then wasn't Mark just, passed out 20 feet away?
Could she not see Mark's car still in the parking lot?
Yeah, that's the first thing I checked.
He just left me. No, he's still there. You just need to
Which is weird. So that way you create this conflict. Oh, he left me, but then 3 minutes later, he comes back and explains and it's all resolved. It's like, okay, that was weird. Why did we have that? And it gets resolved so quickly.
Yeah, that did seem kind of pointless. Like, let him get his ass kicked and then let her, find out later. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Hold him off for a while. Bring him back, like,
late
after they've sit down. Like, he just reveals, and instead of letting Mother and Mark reunite then, just reveal that he was part with her the whole time or something.
Well, what about the part? All right, so let's go back a little bit. Cujo, he gets told by his bodyguards that they saw Dr. Park's car at Karen's family.
Yeah, because the bar's right around the corner.
Yeah,
so of course they would drive by and say, "Oh yeah, we saw everyone there."
So he's like, "All right, let's go get my fucking money and whatever, take care of Karen, like whatever." And this is when they go out and they find that, their tires got slashed. Because like I said, Karen slashed tires on the way out, which leads to them riding the bus, which is kind of funny. I don't know. The bus scene, I laughed with him just sitting back there. He looked like a little kid sitting there, like waiting for school. I don't know.
I was just happy they parked his character for a while. It's like, oh, sweet. He's not involved for a while. We can push him. I did not need him. This movie did not need the midget.
No, I agree. It was just a random plot line that wasn't needed. But there's I'm not going to call it a payoff, but there's something that happens to him later that you're like, what the we'll get there. Karen walks into her house and she catches Stuart and Goth Girl, dry humping on the couch, basically. She's already pissed because she thinks Mark left her. Don't understand that still. Like, all she had to do was check for his car in the parking lot. But like we said, so they begged her to stay because they didn't want to be left alone with Angela. Angela's not letting them in the kitchen because she's making something for them. And like you said, Mark shows up out of nowhere and tells her that basically tells Karen that Cujo's goons kicked the shit out of him. And then bam, everything's fine. Mom walks in. Oh, hi, Mark.
Wearing her Black Swan outfit at reveal.
Yeah.
That was nice. Which kind of, again, like she said, when she was playing the Black Swan, she said, I was the antagonist. So now it's like the full reveal that I'm this bad guy, even though I guess it's to the family, because I'm literally dressed as the bad guy.
The reveal here, well, I guess it doesn't get revealed for a few more minutes, but you do get revealed that Mark and Karen know each other, and you're like, oh, okay, so something's going on here. Still didn't see the twist coming up. Basically, you come to find out that Mark is the son of Angela, therefore sister's brother.
Mark, you should be ashamed of yourself. Sex with your sister? That's just not right.
She took it pretty well. It's like, really? Did my brother just come inside me?
Yeah, that
Stuart has a bigger problem with it.
So you're our brother, and you had sex with our sister.
All I wanted was to be part of the family.
The way he speaks in his accent makes that line so much better.
I know, but
it's like, I'm deranged as fuck, but I sound normal.
He's trying to like justify it. He almost sounds reasonable. I'll give you that. But doesn't he talk like his last name would be Bronco?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
You get Goth Girl picks up what she thought was chicken. Clearly, it's a finger, and she's eating it. She's like, "Oh God, everything does taste like chicken." And
that was great. How it cracks her character completely.
Oh yeah, no, she loses
19 fingers. I thought that was chicken. That was definitely not chicken. Oh my God, everything does taste like chicken.
That's a beautiful line. Even like, and just say, I only counted 19 fingers, like hinting, oh, Dad's in here somewhere.
I'm just saying, we get cannibalism and incest within 2 minutes of each other here. This got off the rails really fucking quickly. Just, yeah. The most fucked up part here isn't even that. It's the fact that Mark knew that it was a sister. Like,
yeah.
Just wanted to be part of the family, so he's fucking the sister. What is...
Right. Yeah, he does not explain it very well.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be better that he didn't.
Well, Goth Girl thinks at this point that she's just going to get up and walk out. I don't know like what part of seeing 19 fingers on the table made her think that she was going to get up and walk out of this house. fucking Angela straight up just shoots her in the forehead.
That was the only character I felt bad about leaving.
Yeah, I'll give you that because
it's like that's the only character. It's like, no, not that one. I wanted her to stick around longer. I needed her saying weird lines. It would have been great if she was like, "Fuck this place. I hate this family. I never want to see another dead body." You know, just like renouncing and going straight like trad wife at the end of it. It's like I'm getting rid of all this shit.
I will say she was the only character that I liked in this whole show. No, I take that back. I liked Rose, kind of. I like how she took her unfortunate event and tried to turn it into something. I mean, she went about it the wrong way, got herself killed. But those are the only two I actually liked in this whole movie. Rose and Goth Girl. They're shooting Goth Girl in the face with an extremely loud gun that has still not gotten cops called on them.
Yeah, well, movies do that a lot. Like after a gunshot, no one should be able to have dialogue for a while. It should just be why.
Well, once again though, L.A. You know, I guess gunshots are normal.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like when we watch Columbo. Oh, it must be somebody's car backfiring. No, that was a gunshot. She's now forcing the kids to sit and have dinner with them, and Stewart's literally like crying, and he won't eat. So, like under the table, you see Angela shoot him. Now, I must have missed where he got shot because I thought he got shot in the knee, and all of a sudden he dies like 2 seconds later. But even if he was shot in the stomach, yeah, that's going to take a lot longer than it did for him to die. So.
Yeah, but we kind of needed Stewart to die pretty quick. His purpose was so that way we had an excuse to see the bareback of Goth Girl for a little bit.
Yeah, missed opportunity. Should have saw the front once again. You got the gore, throw in the whore. Come on. You get the trays. You lift it up, and you get the heads of both Dr. Park and Richard. Now, were these them under the table with their heads through,
the only way to do a sever head like that is to just literally have. That's why they had to be on a table. It's the classic way of doing it. It's the most lifelike way. It's just don't move.
Gotcha.
Put some fake blood around their mouth.
That's what I figured they did on this.
Otherwise, you hit the uncanny valley. You could spend so much money. Hollywood has tried it so much. That's why we just do CG now, and even that's kind of hard. The uncanny valley still isn't there, no matter how much. So yeah, the real thing is the best. There's this interesting little dialogue between Mom and Mark.
Stuart! Oh, it's okay, honey. He's in heaven now.
There is no heaven, Mom. Remember.
That's right.
He talks like he should be like narrating shit. You know, like he talks really smart. But
you know what? I think we needed like Mom narrating everything. Even when it's stuff that she wasn't involved in the story, basically, like I think they do that with Serial Mom.
They should release a DVD copy of this or Blu-ray copy of this or whatever, but do a different one where it's a whole different look at it where the mom is narrating, and I think that would be a fun way to watch this.
Yeah, or Mark could have done it, and he could have just constantly kept slipping in lines from Nietzsche, whatever the German philosopher's name is. I can't say it. I'm from the middle of the country.
It is what it is. But Karen tries to get up and like run from this whole scene here, and the mom tries to shoot her and ends up shooting her in the shoulder. Once again, that gun's huge. It would have done a lot more damage than it did. This kitchen that she runs into, it looks... It got a little cheesy here because it looked like a kind of a cheap haunted house you would go to.
It's for like two reasons. Yeah, because they're borrowing this house to film it, so they have to be careful of making a mess. But also, you can make it look like the mother did this on purpose, where everything's lined in plastic for all the body chopping that went on in there. So you get a kind of like American Psycho vibe. So it was just probably like a happy accident. It's like, well, we can't actually destroy this kitchen. We're going to lose our deposit for this.
Okay. All right. Well,
so I kind of rolled it. I accepted it as that.
Well, while they're basically they get into the kitchen, the mom's about to shoot her, and Mark comes in and saves Karen from getting shot. They go on to play I guess a game of charades, which is
real quick, just one round.
Yeah, real quick, and then Angela starts playing Russian roulette, but kind of on her own, where she's just pointing the gun at random people. She's not even spinning the barrel after every time. She's just going down.
She just does it. It's one spin, and we'll see someone's going to die. It makes the odds so much more.
Yeah. So she basically just keeps doing that, and Angela goes to shoot her, goes to shoot her in the corner, and then you get your grandmother scene again. It was kind of funny that they all stopped and stared at her at this point to see what the hell she was doing. But the grandmother comes walking in, and I believe she grinds up some meat in the meat grinder. And then
there's already some on a plate, but she lets more fall in it, and she plops it on her walker and then just walkers her way out.
Yeah, and everybody just stopped at that point. And I guess, I don't know what the hell's wrong with the grandmother. I was bothered by her so much, and not in a funny way. I thought it was a dumb aspect of the movie. I would have, like I said, she would not be living in my house. That's just weird. Or she'd be Hollowhead style. She'd be chained up in the basement. But Mark does talk the mom into, or basically tells her, "Mom, your turn is next." Yeah,
but theoretically, it wasn't, because didn't she start with Mark, then herself, and then to sister? So if we're doing a round, that means it was Mark's turn.
Did Mark trick her? So Mark's a murderer.
Well, he's a sister fucker murderer.
Mom, it's your turn.
I don't think we even see any blood split. I think they may do cascade, but yeah, she shoots herself in the head, and that
I think you see some splatter to the wall, but or sorry, to the the cloth or the whatever the hell they got on the wall to prevent blood from getting on there. But yeah, at this point, he's still hitting on Karen like crazy.
She proposes. I think he does propose right after that.
Well, he doesn't necessarily propose. He says, "I was going to ask you to marry me." But no, it was basically she walks over and kisses him and then stabs him while she's kissing him. And then he does "I was going to propose to you." And that's when she goes to leave. Thing is, here's your buddy coming back in. Cujo walks in with his goons. And they're like, "Where you at, Dr. Park?" They're threatening him and all that. And they find the head on the table and they fucking freak out. The scene here where Karen shoots him, I was okay with the practical effects, the random of the squirting and stuff, but the explosion that comes out of his dick when he gets shot was a bit overboard, don't you think? A little bit,
this is actually kind of exciting. I'm a little hard.
Not much, and not the spraying out at that point, but the explosion initially.
Right? Yeah. I guess he really did have a big dick.
And I guess he was hard.
Really hard, therefore all the blood was there.
Okay. But you saw how much blood flew out when he got shot, right? She got shot in the shoulder and has an entry and exit wound that are tiny as hell. And she's holding up a gun there just fine after being shot, too.
I guess it's because she's the final girl. She has to be able to walk away.
I do like how she does this, shoots him, and the doorbell rings or gets knocked on. I don't remember, but she opens the door and gives some kids some Halloween candy. Nothing's going on. Those kids would have heard that gunshot. That is a loud gun.
Oh, they're just playing Halloween sound on tape,
Okay, sure. Well,
sure. But they would have been a good prank if they were doing this throughout the dinner, that they were dealing with trick-or-treaters, as someone gets shot and everything gets just more chaotic, someone's got to go hand out candy to someone.
That would have been good. Yeah, just kept playing off of it over and over.
Trick-or-treat. Wow.
I do like how she's conscious enough not to put her own hands into the thing and not get blood on it. She lets them take candy.
Best decorations ever.
But after she does that, she goes to leave. And, you get her narrating about how there's she's not taking any consequences or whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe
it's more of nihilism, yes.
Yeah. And then
I guess if this is all just going through the human experience and there are really no consequences, then let it be. And if Mark doesn't bleed out and die, I guess I'll hear from him tomorrow. A day at a time.
So she's kind of hinting that maybe they can work it out.
If I happen to have the crazy in me as well, so be it. According to Nietzsche, if we believe in nothing, if nothing has any meaning, and if we can affirm no values whatsoever, then everything is possible, and nothing has any importance.
Is she hinting at that maybe she's okay with an incestual relationship?
To me, it kind of reminds me of Fight Club when Edward Norton does kill Brad Pitt, but then that's supposed to be a representation of accepting his destiny instead of pretending that the bad things he didn't want to deal with was Brad Pitt's character. He accepts everything that he is, and that's kind of the same thing. She's accepting the crazy that her family is, and that's what's in her. So, and in a way, yeah, she's kind of like, okay, maybe this is the new normal.
This is the way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one more scene that happens after this. I don't remember if it was a post-credits during the credits.
It feels like a post-credit or just a blank, and then I think it's right before the credits. I don't think it's a true post.
Well, you get one more scene of the grandma.
Which, you know, just have her chew on a rubber intestine that's covered in barbecue sauce, because that is the go-to way in gore for like zombie movies. Barbecue sauce looks like coagulated blood, and it doesn't taste awful, so they can do stuff like that and not be grossed out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you have anything else you want to hit before we hit our overviews?
Oh, the tallow cards just remind me a lot of my childhood, because you've met my aunt. We went over there at least a couple times in our adolescence. She was a kook that thought she was a witch and did tallow cards on me a lot of times. And boy, it's interpretive horse shit.
Well,
the death card should always be negative. Oh no, it can mean positive. It can mean this. It can mean absolutely whatever the fuck.
Well,
you
maybe
make
the
up.
death is leading to you getting that inheritance. Rotten Tomatoes. This has to be a lot. Like they've had to have done like some pulling to get some people to go there to vote on their Rotten Tomatoes stuff, because they got a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
It's like, okay, all right, interesting.
There was no critic percentage on there,
True.
so that's strictly fan.
But in reality, I don't trust critics over fans anyway.
No, I typically go fans. So I do feel like I said this might be. All right, let me go ahead and do my review, and you'll see why I feel like that might be a little high. And like I said, I feel like you got into this a little bit more than I did. So still not really sure how I feel about this one. I liked it and I hated it. It had some good laughs, but it had some really bad effects at times. It had a funny story, but then you had to throw in incest. It was like, I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff that just was weird, but the soundtrack was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. As far as a dark humor / horror movie, I've seen a lot worse than this one. I'm not sure that I'll ever watch it again. There's quite a few movies that I've seen that I'm just like, that was good for a watch. And I think this might be it. This might be good for a watch for anybody. If you're into dark humor, horror movies like that, cheesiness, anything like that. But honestly, I wouldn't give this higher than a 25%, man. I just couldn't get into it. This was actually, it took me a while to watch. There's a few things that I laughed at, but for the most part, I did not enjoy it. If I could guess on yours, I'm going to say you put it about a 60, but let's hear what you have to say.
Okay, all right. This flick is pure schlock, low budget and over the top, and it knows it. My first watch, I would have given it 40 out of 100. But I have to always watch these twice, usually for pulling these clips and just because I have bad memory. I give it a 74 on the second watch. The practical gore hits quick and dirty. No lingering CGI crap. Just some real squish. Cut away before it looks fake. The grandma's the MVP. Barely there, but every pop-up feels like a wink. Karen should have just been another family mess. Let the mom narrate the meltdown. The little person mobster bit, unneeded noise, but hey, it's fun in a what the hell way. Not great, but owns its trash. I liked it more than I should have. So 74.
Yeah, you said CGI slop. There was CGI slop. It was called The Fire. Oh, but yeah, no, it was a fun watch for the most part, but
there are, and in turn, Tubi is covered in these type of films.
Oh yeah,
and I knew that it was, but oh my god, I don't think this. If we just focused on schlock for the rest of this channel, we would be good for 100 years.
Dude, I had an idea to do a podcast where it was nothing but shark movies. And I think we would have been good for 100 years with the amount of shark movies that are on there.
Yeah, I think there was one called Sky Sharks where it's zombie Nazis flying mechanical giant sharks.
Dude, there's like Santa Jaws. There's like two-headed shark, mecha shark versus Crocozilla, shit like that.
And the Sky Shark one, I think, has the mom in this movie.
Oh, shit. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. But before you go, please go ahead and hit that like button, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to find us on our socials or anywhere else, head over to our link tree at linktr.ee/nocluemoviereviews. And you can basically find us anywhere you might want to listen or follow us. Later.